Alright, it's time for more mega antics. Welcome back to X5. We are taking on Volt Kraken in a really annoying speeder bike section. So, word of advice, they drop a pit on you the second you gain control, so you have to jump. Dude, what the hell was that? Anyway, that's the least of your worries. You have to collect these spark balls in order to blow open a door at the end of the section. And the spark balls are really annoying to get because they just speed by so quickly. Hello? Are you alright? Gee, am I? Such a dumb question. Of course I'm alright. That's Alia for you, just ask stupid questions all day. Don't the Maverick Hunters have a heartbeat monitor or something to keep track of them, just in case one of them does die? Anyway, I gathered all the spark balls in order to blow open this door. You did it! Yeah, because I'm goddamn Zero and I'm just that awesome. Anyway, here's the Dr. Light capsule that will give you a boost in your special weapons. And this begs the question I didn't ask in part 2. Since Zero can pick up these Dr. Light capsules now, does that make Dr. Light sentient? Is he a spirit? Because I always thought that they were pre-recorded for X and X only. I don't know how 22nd Century works in this universe. Maybe Dr. Light was a wizard this whole time. And we just didn't know it. Anyway, the gimmick of this stage is to hit these tethers in order to open doors. And it's kinda tedious in my opinion. And here's Zero's Spin Slash in this game. It's kind of an upgrade of what it was in X4. Getting the two mixed up already. But then again, all these games after a while tend to blur into each other. But as I was saying, the Spin Slash is a slight upgrade from the previous game. You get this ability after you beat Chris and Grizzly. Those purple robots are seemingly invincible. If not, I probably don't even have the weapon to kill them, so I can't hurt them right now. Oh cool, we found a Reploid. Now, I'm not even sure if they give you tools in this game like they do in X6. I know they give you a bit of health and maybe a life, but I'm not even sure if they give you tools like they do in the other games. And I think I prefer this approach to rescuing Reploids better because, oh, you do not want to lose anybody in X6, trust me. That shit sucks. Riveting gameplay. You can see why this is tedious, especially as Zero, who has a short-range blade. Like, come on. If this were any other Mega Man game, I'd be shooting the door down myself. The door would be a mini-boss. But no, we can't have nice things because this is Mega Man X5. Honestly, it could be worse and I could be playing Mega Man X6. Which is probably not next? I don't know. I haven't recorded X6 yet. This stage is fucking boring. At least it's saved somewhat by Volt Kraken's theme song. I love Volt Kraken's theme song in this game. So much so that in my older videos, which I like to dub the Dark Age, because I didn't have a microphone, I used this song as a sort of outro. Man, that was such a long time ago, even though that was like 4 years ago. Man, does time fly. What doesn't fly is this section. I gotta synchronize getting these tethers together in order to get both doors open. And just to make the equation even more complicated, there are spikes down below me. Motherfuck. This section sucks. I hate it. Come on, I probably should have been X here. But I'm also trying to give both characters equal amounts of screen time. To an extent, there's a point in the game where it becomes very X-centric for the most part. I don't know, it's kind of weirdly... This game is weird, like I said before. The 2000s were definitely not a kind decade for the Blue Bomber. Or Everlasting Red, in Zero's case. Honestly, no. The Zero games were consistent at least. It was just Zero 1 was kinda bad and Zero 4 was lacking in a lot of things. But Zero 2 and Zero 3 were great. Will I put those games on par with, say, Mega Man X1 or X4 or Mega Man 2 and 3? No. But they're still great. Oh, come on now. Gotta come back. Oh, well, time to deal with more tethers. Oh, you gotta be freaking shitting me. It's gonna close. It's gonna close. I can't Han Solo it. Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. No! Oh, God. Open, please. Get me out of here. Let me see Volt Kraken, aka Squid Adler. Oh my God. Background always looked that weird. That was a lot of text. These later games get really chatty. And I'm talking at the amount that any old school RPG would blush at. Anyway, Volt Kraken is another flying guy, kind of like Shining Firefly, but he's a bit harder than Shining Firefly ever was. For one thing, he seems to love personal space invaders. I mean, seriously, he'll fly towards you all day. And he also spawns lightning bolts all over the place. However, you can destroy him pretty quickly with Crescent Grizzly's weapon. Zero's version of the weapon being the upgraded Spin Slash. Ooh, 10 hours to collision. Well, we got all 4 of the parts for the Enigma, so let's see how that fares. DNA select. I never understood what this is. I'm guessing she's asking you whether you want more health or more weapon energy? I'm not quite sure. It's one of those things where I'm just like, give me more health, please? At last, the Enigma has been completed. It's old, but we reinforced it with some devices. It should work just fine. Well, we're ready. Oh god, it's freaking Stonehenge from Ace Combat 4. Alright, let's see how this works out. Alright! Blastoff! 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 Okay, you could... Oh, he says it one more time. Jesus, Cygnus. Okay, Cygnus, maybe tone it back a bit. I don't want your voice box to go out. Did we make it? Did it crash? Elliot, give us the report. Negative Oh, the 62%. We still got 38% left. Come on, that's better than 100% more to go. And everybody's sad. Except for X. It looks like he just spotted a spider in the corner. So what's the plan B, Bill? Of course, the space shuttle. This is our last hope. The space shuttle operation. Wow, that's really what you're naming it? The space shuttle operation? That's generic. And also, the plan of action is to pilot the shuttle into the space station and eject at the last minute so you don't die. But you're probably gonna die anyway. It's a suicide mission. There's something called the Kessler syndrome where the space debris just goes all over the place, so even if you do eject, you're probably gonna get shredded to a million pieces. Which is why Return of the Jedi is probably the most unrealistic outcome of that situation, because the Death Star should have just taken everything out. From the explosion, that is, not because it was powered up. It was because the explosion itself would send shrapnel everywhere. But you know, sci-fi. Anyway, here are the other 4 Mavericks. You got Spike Rose Red, Burn Dino Rex, Spyro Pegasus, and Dark Necrobat. Okay, these are some of the cooler renames in my opinion. Not Tidal Whale. Tidal Whale is probably the most vanilla Robot Master / Maverick name I've ever seen in my life. I mean, if they could have Aquaman in Mega Man 8, why can't they have, what is it, Duff McWhalen? God damn it. I love that name. A stage with literal Guns N' Roses in the background, as if the names weren't on the nose enough. Or at least I think those are guns in the background. They look like the barrel end of pistols. Actually, yeah, it is. My eyes aren't tricking me. It's actual Guns N' Roses in the background. Mega Man really loves their Guns N' Roses, am I right? They're definitely not my favorite rock band. Not even in my top 5. I can think of 5 other rock bands that are better than Guns N' Roses. In fact, I don't even really like that many rock bands outside of Toto or maybe Queen. That's really about it. Nirvana, Kiss, they're okay. Yeah, I don't really like that many rock bands. I don't know, maybe I'm just growing out of music. The past decade has been kind of bad with music, in my opinion. It's like Pitbull, yeah, cool, he's cool, I guess. Or Taylor Swift, which I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I don't get it. And just dryly saying I don't get it is probably gonna give me a death threat somewhere, so bring it on! Anyway, this level is kind of on the mediocre side. Oh, jeez. I say mediocre as I freaking died. You're just hanging from ropes the whole time, avoiding spikes, and you got these spikes coming out of the walls that don't kill you in one hit, but they're a nuisance to get through because they just block. It just rained out of nowhere. What the hell? Okay, so maybe not trash talk Taylor Swift, or she will summon a thunderstorm on your ass. There are a whole bunch of spikes that come out of nowhere, so you gotta be careful with this stage. And you also got these lily pad things that you can't even destroy these, can you? Yeah, they just I hate enemies that you can't destroy. At least we made it to the boss, Axel the Red, or Spike Rose Red. Honestly, any one of those names could work. Axel the Red is kind of weird in that he likes to summon a clone of himself to block attacks, and he also throws spike balls in an armored armadillo pattern. Sometimes he'll throw a green spike ball that will fly halfway across the screen. It's not as dangerous as the armored armadillo pattern one. Axel the Red kind of reminds me of Wire Sponge from Mega Man X2, only slightly. You know, I keep forgetting that Mega Man X can actually duck in this game because I always forget that he can duck in this game. The game introduces him ducking. He never did that before, so I think he doesn't do it in his game, but he does. So don't forget to duck, that can save your ass a lot. Oh, and it stopped raining. That was a really weird downpour. Axel's desperation attack is him using his body double a bit more and also trying to tie you up in vines. A bit of a tougher boss than the first 4 Mavericks, but Axel the Red is still manageable with the Buster or the Z-Sword. Sweet! The flower has been torched. Now, I think there's a cutscene coming up, and I'm not sure if it's, oh god, is it Dynamo attacking again, or is it Zero turning? I think it's Zero turning, actually. It's because of Dr. Wily's programming, and even that's left vague in the games. You got Spike Bomb and Twin Dream, 2 weapons I never use. Yeah, just go. I've been fighting the Sigma virus for a long time. It is the virus that causes all Reploids to transform into Mavericks. The most dreadful virus to ever exist. Why? I wonder why I'm not harmed. Instead, I feel energy growing within my body. What on earth is happening to me? I have a bad feeling about this. Well, the Sigma virus stemmed from Zero in the first place, so that's why. He's the literal patient Zero. Pardon the pun, but that's why. And along came Sigma, who was originally a Maverick Hunter, punched out Zero's gem visor thing, and now he's got the Sigma virus and is now evil and stuff, and Zero is now the good guy. The storyline of the X games just... That was always messy. The first two were good, it was simple stories, but after X3 everything just started to become complicated for no reason. It's not even the good kind of complicated either. Anyway, the next boss I'm taking on is Spyro Pegasus, also known as the Skyver. He's actually one of my favorite Maverick designs, as is the Pegasus mythological winged stallion. The boss fight on the other hand is bad, but we'll get to that later. This stage is pretty neat and is kind of a callback to Storm Eagle's stage from X1. You have to deactivate these bombs before they self-destruct and damage you. There we go, that was close. I almost bit the bullet on that one. Oh yeah, and before I forget to mention these guys, these chonky robots return from X4. It's the Reploforce. And yeah, they do a lot of the same things they did in X4 and I exploded. God damn it! And that did a lot of damage too. The yellow guys chuck grenades and the blue guys just shoot at you. This song is catchy too. Again, I don't hate the soundtrack, it's just not as catchy as some of the other X games, but it's still like mid-tier X soundtrack, if you know what I mean. And even the worst Mega Man X soundtrack is still a really great soundtrack for video game standards, so yeah, that's a compliment. And it's also a compliment to say that some of the best soundtracks of the series come from some of the worst games in the series, too. So maybe it evens out that way. Not so much X1 and X4's case because those are perfect packages. Just good gameplay, good music, good everything. Everything! So there's an item beneath this elevator. You need to be quick enough to grab it and get out from underneath the elevator before you get crushed. It wasn't here, but I think it's the next floor down. Now watch me not pay attention and get the weapon tank crushed. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was really not paying attention during that. I don't know what I was doing because I recorded this like over a month ago, but it must have been nothing good. I blacked out or something. That tends to happen when you're playing boring games. Now, there is an item to your left, and it's up in the sky, but I can't get to it because... Well, maybe I can. I'm not sure. Actually, no, I can't because it's further up in the sky, and I'm gonna need jet boosters to get up there. Hey, Sigma, how you doing today? It kinda takes the scariness out of the situation when you know Sigma cannot catch up to the elevator. Now you got more Reploids to rescue here and more Reploforce members, and they're setting up bombs, and Ali is telling us the obvious because why not? So we have to take out the bombs. And also rescue the Reploids and destroy what's left of Reploforce. If they're even still a thing in X5, I'm not even sure. The enemies are there, but I'm not even sure if they're still considered Reploforce. They probably replaced the old General and Colonel with a new one, but I don't know. Did kind of screw everything up in X4. But I think the biggest mistake of them all is losing Iris, and we got Alia now, so... Nah. Brunette girls dressed in red always seem to die in video games for some reason. I don't know why, it just seems to be a curse. And one more thing that's cursed is this boss fight, because holy crap, Spyro Pegasus is a pain. X, I've wanted to meet you so I can kick your ass, and kick your ass a will, haha! That's what I imagine Pegasus would sound like, I don't know. But anyway, Spyro Pegasus is an airborne Maverick, just like half of the Mavericks in this game, but he's got a really annoying gimmick in that he likes to knock you about the place. And also he likes to do that thing where he flies off screen and then back on screen and then back off screen, and then you're gonna see it in a minute. But for right now he's just trying to get me off the platform. It's annoying due to the fact that you can barely reach him with your Mega Buster. And when he does that thing where he's flying on and off screen, you barely even have a chance to fire at him. Because he's flying so fast and you're trying to avoid getting smacked off the platform. Oh yeah, he's doing the thing. Similar to Storm Eagle, again with the reference, but harder than Storm Eagle because at least with Eagle, when he's swooping down you still get a chance to fire at him. And he also doesn't swoop up at you from below the screen. He's also got this attack where he summons tornadoes at you, which hurt, and they'll also knock you off the platform if you're not careful. Gonna need an E-Tank for this one. Oh, good lord. Come on, let me shoot you in the face. Just gonna spam this all day, watch. Yeah, there we go, just stand still. Yeah, he's standing. Oh, come on, come back! He's probably thinking to himself, you cannot trick me. I am Spiral Pegasus, and nobody beats Spiral Pegasus because I'm too smart. Haha! Well, I'll find a way. I forgot what his weaknesses is. That's like the problem with most of these Mavericks in this game is I forget their weaknesses because they don't really stand out that much, except for Spiral Pegasus, but that's because its design is cool. I'm thinking Dark Necrobat's weapon is the weakness, but I'm not quite sure. Alright, well, that's 2 of the other 4 Mavericks down. We got 2 more to go. Oh, we got 9 hours to collision. Oh, we'll be fine. The only problem is the backtracking that happens after I launch the shuttle. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. You do not want to take Sigma on Bear. It is just not possible. It's just the way the game is. So backtracking is an inevitability, and I'm gonna have to do it, so yeah. But that won't be until 2 parts from now, so speaking of which, I'll see you in part 4.